Good evening and good day and welcome. Not evening, certainly. Good day and welcome to Fancy Football once more. We are still looking at our live coverage of the AFCON 2023. Uh, we are in the business end of this tournament now. We'll be moving into the semi-finals. We've known the first two teams have qualified for the semi-finals: the Nigerian Super Eagles and the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. So, and we have looked at what the Ivorians and the Malians will bring out to the table in the first match of today. Now we want to look at what Cape Verde and South Africa will bring to the table in the last match of the day. It's been an exciting and a thrilling tournament so far. Where our analyst, the sports bishop, have called or tagged the AFCON as the AFCON for the underdogs. I think I have a video for that, a short video, 1 minute video for that. You can go and look at it, how we explain why this AFCON is the AFCON of the underdogs. Now we see another underdogs in the semi-final, in the quarterfinal of this tournament, want to move a step further against the 1996 winners, South Africa, by Bafana Bafana. That team is Cape Verde. Cape Verde, we all know their antecedents when it comes to the Nations Cup. This should be one of, I think they should be one of the lowest ranked side at this stage of the tournament, not if not the West. The sports bishop, welcome once more to Fancy Football. How are you?
I would have said thank you for having me, but this is now home. I'm back to the palace again to talk sports.
Exactly.
Always great
Exactly.
doing this with you all day long, and twice on Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, you followed my intro at the beginning of the program. Um, like I said, this is a tournament. This was you tagged this tournament as the tournament of the underdogs, and it have lived
Yeah,
to the billing. Now
yeah,
we have a so-called one underdog today taking on the 1996 champion South Africa. Um, I think let me talk about the South African side because I've been their greatest critics in this AFCON, but they've proven me wrong. Their first match they
yeah,
lost 2-0 against Mali. Uh, they lost 2-0 against Mali in their first match, and I was disappointed the way they played. But I discovered that the Malian side were too strong for the South African side, just too strong. There was no way that South African side would beat that Malian side 10 out of 10. If they meet 10 times, that South African side can only have one win in the bowl because those Malian sides are very, very strong. Uh, I look at the way they played against Algeria in their last match. I think it was Algeria in their no. Yeah, I look at the way they played in their
yeah.
round of 16. In the round of 16
Yeah,
against
Morocco.
Morocco,
Yes.
and I was impressed with the way they play against the Moroccan side.
Yeah.
Uh, can you please can you please look at this match between these two sides and tell me which team out of these two sides, the so-called Mino, the so-called small country in the name of Cuthbert that is parading the likes of Baby in their team, and this giant South African side that is parading, I think 99% of its players play in South Africa. Tell me how these two
Yeah.
teams will fare in this matchup.
First of all, I want to start with South Africa because they look like our perennial babies. We always have their number. We call South Africa the answers. They always know. And they've also stung us in the past as well. And when that goes come by Tekelo Ranti, I won't forget that anytime soon.
Yeah, yeah,
But we've had good matches with them a lot, and we've gotten a fair share of more than a fair share of victory against them. Like you said, the South African team didn't start the tournament on a high. I think they were slow starters. But as the tournament moved on, I think Hugo Bruce decided to, improve the team, playing to the strength of the team. I think football has now gotten past the formation, the tactics, the philosophy
yes,
of how teams do play. And it's now about playing to the strength of the players you have available in your team. Why do I say so? In the first game against when they lost to Mali, the coach wanted to play physical football with Mali. And I asked myself, who are the physical players in South Africa? The answer is nobody. The closest player to physical is Mokwena. And he doesn't, I don't think he can go to the right legs, or not the right leg, not even the left leg of Busuma or Haidara. Those guys are bullish in their nature. And so they bamboozled South Africa. South Africa had no answer and lost that game by 2-0. What did the coach do? He went back to the drawing board, at least to pitch to Masemani, the former South African coach, Maurice Sundowns coach, and Al Ali coach. And he said, it's madness for Hugo Blues to go toe-to-toe with Mali playing the physical game. Your strength is not going to be physical. It's about um, playing the tactical way. You have players like Tembo Zwane of Mamelodi Sundowns. You have Evidence Makopa. You have Percy Tau. You have Mokwena. You have players of that quality. And their strength has never, ever been the physical part of football. It has always been the tactical style of football. And what happened in the second game, it changed. He got a victory in the second game, a comprehensive victory against Namibia. 4 goals to nil. Bang, bang, bang. Tebozwan is scoring a brace in that encounter. Pesita also smashing a penalty in that same encounter. And then got a good draw in the final game, and they got through. And they were like, oh, they're going to play Morocco. Morocco's going to dump them out. But what did they do? Yet again, they realized that their strength is not playing physical football. So the coach worked on the tactical aspect of the game. What did he do? He soaked the pressure from Morocco. Morocco by far the better team on that encounter. They pressurized South Africa. They asked a lot of questions. There was even a missed penalty by Acharaf Hakimi. But one thing that the South African team they were resolute, and when they braked on the counter attack, there was no answer for them for the Moroccan team. Evidence Makopa scoring that goal and a beautiful finish as well from Mokwena from the free kick was enough to give them a 2-0 victory, and that's why they are here right now. So for me, the team has evolved as the tournament moved on, they progressed as the tournament moved on, and most importantly, the team has also getting better in their style of play. We now have I can now say South Africa play this way. They play a attacking brand of football, but with pure poor concentration on the position-based kind of football, because most of the games that they've played, they've held the ball. And the good thing about holding the ball is that they've got players who know what to do with the ball and how to move the ball. Their movement off and on the ball is fantastic. And they have that creative edge with Tembos One, who can also score goals. So that in the game against Namibia, the boy is a gift to South Africa. I've watched the boy for a very long time now with Mamelodi Sundowns, and the boy has shone like a million stars. So for me, I'm a big fan of Hugo Bruce and the way he's playing. But right now, they face a stiffer test like the Verde. How do the Verde play? Total football. Total football. But there's a problem with total football. We saw that with the Dutch team of old under the mark of Van Basten. Is that when you play total football, you always leave loopholes at the back, for teams to exploit. And that has been Kevin Hackley's skill. They should have won that game, that third group stage game, and got a maximum 9 points like Senegal did. Because they came out to play total football, they left gaps at the back that was exploited. Was it by Egypt in that 2-2 draw? That was exploited by Egypt, and that is why they drew that game. So the same thing happened. And that's why Angola yesterday, who also played total football, couldn't play that way because they were scared of the potency of our attacking trio of Moses Simon, Victor Osimhen, and not forgetting Ademola when the goal scorer yesterday. That's why they played the way they did. They didn't play to their strength, Angolans. They played with so much respect for the Super Eagles. When they had done, I feel they'd have been beaten well because they'll have kept holes at the back that these boys, the Super Eagles hungry strikers, would have exploited. And so that's why I want to see how Kevin will approach this game. I don't think South Africa despite their 1996 champion, don't forget that tournament Nigeria did not go due to appetite issues. I think Nigeria had gone to have retained their title because of the quality of play Nigeria had at that point in time. But Cape Verde would not be looking at South Africa as a powerhouse. I don't think they are in the league of the Nigerians, the Senegals, the Egyptians.
They're not in the league of the powerhouse.
Absolutely. So absolutely. So I don't think they would respect the South African team the way Angola respected Nigeria. So for me, I think the Cape Verde should come and play the total attacking football. They've got a trio in their team that has done so well for the tournament. Their captain Ryan Mendes, Vina, their winger, of course, that man Bebe. I love to call him. He was before the tournament the Man United flop. Now he is the Cape Verdean hero. He has led this team by the scruff of the neck. He has brought them to their first ever quarterfinal stage. Can he push them one further to the semi-finals and make more history for this team? And don't forget the goalkeeper. Let's talk about him because I think if you want to talk about the Cape Verdean story, I don't talk about Vozinha. He's 35 years right now. He was there from the beginning. He passed the torch to the next. The bridge. I call it the bridge because he's seen it all. The bad days and the good days. He's been there, So I think Cape Verde will play the total football. They will not be scared of South Africa. South Africa will try to play their counter-attacking style of football with big, like I said, big concentration on the possession because they like to have the ball. They like to caress it. They want to pass the ball. They want to do their skills. They have some skillful players as well in that team. So for me, it's a clash of two styles. Cape Verde playing total football, all-round attack, all-round defense. South Africa playing counter-attacking football and hoping that they have possession of the ball so the likes of Kemba Zwane and if them Makopa can hurt the opposition. So it's going to be a tough game, but two different teams with two different setup in this encounter.
Okay, two different teams, two different setup in this encounter. If we look at South Africa, their last, if we read out their last match, the last 4 matches they've played so far, so good. First match against Mali, lost 2-0. Went back to the drawing board, played their South African counterpart Namibia, and they thumped Namibia 4-0. And we all thought that okay, so this South African side have learned from their mistake. They went on to draw against Tunisia, and went on also to beat Morocco 2-0 as well.
Yeah.
Yes, so they eliminated two North African side with great pedigree. Yes, with good players, with great pedigree in the AFCON. And as it was, they are where they are now. That this is where they are at this stage against this Cape Verdean side. That a lot of people will say, you have to be very, very careful with this Cape Verdean side and the way you play and the way you defend. But for the Cape Verdean side, if you look at the Cape Verdean side, they stunned the Ghanaian side 2-1, and this was good. And they went on to beat. I think they were the first side to qualify for the group stage of the for the AFCON. Emphatically, we thought it was a fluke, and they went on to thump Mozambique, and they got a draw against the Egyptian side. A very that match could have seen the Egyptian knocked out of the tournament, but I think a late goal saw them still remain in the tournament, and they went on to play Mauritania and beat Mauritania by one goal to nil as well. Now we've looked at their last 4 matches or 5 matches in the AFCON, 4 matches in the AFCON, and between the two sides, I think if you say which team comes out on top, the first hand that will be raised up will say Cape Verde, but it is not all about that. It's not about the team that came out on top in the previous matches. It's about what will happen on the field of play in this match. And both teams, like we always say on this show, have to come up with their A game, have to come up with their burning fire. They have to come up with their desire, because desire is only what can take you to the next round. If the desire is not there, I think you are doomed to not to play in the next round or in the semi-final. So do we see Cape Verde? Do we see Cape Verde?
Yeah.
Do we see Cape Verde advancing to the semi-final? Because with South Africa, we know what is going to happen if they come out with their A game. But for Cape Verde, because they are in this stage of the tournament, they are new. They've never qualified for the quarterfinals of the AFCON before. At this stage, they are new. They don't have the experience. So you can say to the South African side, to some of the but South African side, some of them have the experience. Pesitao has been there as well. He has been there in this stage in 2019.
Yeah, they played
when they beat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Most of them, I think most of them have got experience for South African teams. They are playing at the elite. They play in the elite competition in Africa. Talk about the CAF champions and the CAF competition. So most of them are not able to this position. But the problem with this African team is this: we can beat our chest and say that they dumped out 2 North African teams, but they were by far the second best in both games. In both games, they were both clutching on straws. If Tunisia would have won that game, they were more clinical and qualified. Morocco would have scored that one that gave actually give us buried that penalty. The story would have been a different story. So they've gotten through South Africa, but they've not been convincing. But I think, like I said, it's a clash of two styles. They want to keep this game, will have to ensure that they starve South Africa of the ball, because when they do have the ball, they've got players that can hurt you. They're very creative.
Yeah.
See, I think they're one of the most creative teams in the league, in the competition. And when they create, they do score. So for me, for South Africa, it's about playing to their strength, which is the tactical approach. If they go physical with this Verde, who was so physical against Super Eagles of Nigeria, and I think they held their own physically, they will suffer loss.
Yeah.
See, don't be too interested in the body tackle, or in trying to shield the ball. Let the ball do the work for you. Move the ball quickly, pass the ball quickly. Get Muzwane on the ball. Get them a copper the service it requires. Find a way to get Pesitao playing the best ball of his tournament so far, and then they can hold this Cape Verdeans. But this Cape Verde, they've got nothing to lose, like you said. He that is down fears no fall. I think we have a song on that already. We'll soon wax it out. It will come an album after the AFCON. So that is, come out and play their game, enjoy their game. No pressure on the Cape Verdeans. They've done it before. In 4 games, they've got 3 wins. So winning, they've got a mini mentality than the South Africans, and they do theirs in 90 minutes, So they need to push. Just have a go at them. Play your total football. Ensure that if you have 4 chances, you are scoring 3 goals. So that in case you make a mistake at the back, which I think they would, and South Africa can get in 1 or 2 goals, it won't be enough. So at worst, ensure that 50% of the chances you created are put in the back of the net, so that you give yourself a huge chance. Because for me, they are not under any pressure. As much as they want to make history for themselves, South Africa are the favorite to win this one on paper. But if you watch what we've seen on the AFCON, Cape Verde are the favorite, because Cape Verde have played good football so far this tournament. So, and they've got the Portuguese philosophy and tradition in their play. So for me, like I said, try and make the game very physical with South Africa. Go toe with them, hit their bodies. Jam them. Start them on ball possession, and then play your tough football. Attack. Don't care. So as much as Cape Verde have got issues with making mistakes at the back, so with South Africa. So for me, I think both teams have to counter each other's game of play. One will have to stop one person from having possession and force physical game. The other will try to avoid anything physical and try and keep possession of the ball. So let's see who gets the better strategy when the match begins today. Later today at the quarterfinal of the AFCON.
Okay, let's look at other details about these 2 teams. I think Cape Verde will continue with the same starting 11 as they have done in this tournament. I think what a remarkable sight is it for them, starting the same first 11. And if you look at no changes, if you look at the Cape Verdean side, they have former Manchester United forward, maybe as we said, he will line up in the attack alongside record scorer and cap holder Ryan Mendes, 34. You can see there are two old men at the front, and Sporting CF winger Giovanni Cabrera. If you look at Bebe is 33, Ryan Mendes is 34. Cabrera should be, and the goalkeeper is 35. So I think they have one of the experience. They have experience in that team.
Depending on what you call experience. Maybe I've never been at this stage of the AFCON.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether playing for the national team, but they have no.
See, playing for the national team and playing for clubs are 2 different things. Playing qualifiers and playing at the AFCON quarterfinals for the first time in Cape Verdean history.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But okay, let's look at Yohan Wissa. Let's look at Yohan Wissa. Where have Yohan Wissa played before? Where has he played before in Africa? None. But he has been playing football. He has been playing football.
But come on, there are other guys. There are other guys in that team that have held his hand now.
Exactly, and also there are other guys in this team.
They've had other guys who have been at the AFCON.
There are also other guys in this team, in this AFCON team, in this Cape Verdean team that have played in Africa before.
Yeah.
So let's.
Yes.
So it means there's experience in the team. It might not be experience. It might not be experience at the AFCON. Yes, it might not be experience at the AFCON, but there's experience. Experience can come in form of, okay, this guy have seen it all in other places. Can he bring that thing he has seen it all in other places into the team? How the team is set up. I think it's all about leadership and responsibility. And those guys have taken responsibility to take care of the young boys.
I think it's that I talk with. See, the boys, there are men that have brought leadership. I must give it to him. Now, the leadership, the guy has brought leadership. He's surely has been a leader. Even when they had a penalty in the round of 16, and then everybody was like trying away to take the penalty, he picked the ball and he smacked that ball through the middle and gave them the victory. So there's a lot of leadership in Ryan Mendes. There's leadership in Pepe. There's leadership in Cabrera. Not forgetting the other guy Vina as well. So there's and Fosinho as well.
Yeah, as well. Hello, Respect Doctor. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
And this is a one match win or you lose and you're knocked out. The pressure is too much. It's the quarterfinals of the AFCON. There is no second chance. There is no second chance. That's why you see Nigeria won the game 1-0. Despite they were not too fantastic, but see the way they celebrated it. Like, we escaped. That is what it's all about. It's about winning the game at the end of the day. So for me, I expect a big game. And like I said, it depends on who nullifies who. Two different styles of play, but one has to nullify the other one to win the game. Because if both of them play the same, I have the chance of playing the same type of game together, Cape Verde will have the advantage. But I think South Africa will have to first nullify the Cape Verdeans for them to play their own game, because they will need a lot of possession. Because if Cape Verde start hitting them up and down, making the game physical, that the South Africans are always on the tough, either falling down or holding their legs or holding their knees. It could be a long day for Hugo Bruce and his guys. So let's see how it pans out. But I think we should expect a great game tonight.
Okay. For the South African side, they will continue with their defensive backline made up of Mamelodi Sundown teammates. All of them are from Mamelodi Sundown. Then the midfielder Seteo,
8 of the starting level are playing the PSL.
Yeah. An ex-Brighton attacker, Pesitao, are only two regular in the South African side or in the Bafana side that are playing their football outside South Africa. Let's take note of that. It's very, very important we know. So only two regulars.
And plays in Egypt.
And Pesitao, yes, outside South Africa. That's what I said.
Pesitao plays in Egypt.
But it's outside South Africa.
And I'm saying now, so it's not even far from them. It's not far from them.
Yeah. So but it's good. It's good to see the South African side holding their own with majority of their players.
The only guy would have broken into this team that plays in Europe. The only guy would have broken this team who is playing in Europe is Leigh Foster. He plays in Burnley. He was having mental issues, so he will stay back. He would have been the leader who would have led the line, and unfortunately, would have not seen evidence Makopa at this AFCON, because I'm happy that Makopa has taken that chance, picked up the number 9 jersey, and he's shining. He was part of the guys who knocked out Morocco with that beautiful finish. Park Yusumbono, arguably the best keeper in Africa at the moment. So it's a good time for South Africa League. 8 of their players play in the PSL, and to be sincere, almost, let's say, 25% of the teams at the AFCON have got one player playing the PSL, even including the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He plays in Super United in South Africa.
Yeah, they pay well. That's why those players are going there.
Absolutely. So. So it's a big win for the South African League, but at the end of the day, the league does not play football. It's about who wants it more on the pitch of play. And I think Cape Verdeans have got a huge chance in this one. But see, we have to do extra work to get to the semi-final, if you ask me.
All right. Both teams have done exceptionally well coming into this quarterfinals from day 1 to the round of 16 to this quarterfinal. So far, so good. As it is now, none of them have the status of underdog, because most of them, the status of underdog is no longer there. Both of them are underdogs in this tournament. But now
they've taken away. They've taken it away.
Yes. So South Africa to win this match on penalties, according to the bookmakers. I don't know how, but the bishop himself, the sport bishop himself, thinks Verde will win this match. On head to head, I think they're all even. The Cape Verdeans also got the South African numbers, met 5 times. Cape Verdeans with 2 wins, South Africa with 2 wins, and they've drawn each other once. The last time they met, the two teams in the World Cup qualifiers in 2020. I think the Islanders won that match by 2-1. That's the Canadians. They won the match by 2 goals. So South Africa should be very, very wary. What are the bookmakers saying now? Before the sport bishop looks at his crystal ball, what are the bookmakers saying? The bookmakers are saying that for Cape Verde to win this match, they have a chance of 17-10. That is, when you look at the odds, it doesn't really favor them. That's 1.7 odds. It doesn't really favor them. For the Cape Verde, for the South Africa, for the South Africa now is 9-5. So when you look at 9-5, I think it's 1.8. So I think the match is really they are all even 1.7, 1.8. They are all even. The draw in this match is still 1.8 as well. That's 9-5. So I think there are high chances that either of these two sides. But I will always say that the team that has the burning fire and have the desire will always go out there and win these matches. So let's come to you, Sport Bishop. What is your crystal ball telling us today? This is not but what is your crystal ball telling us today?
I had a peep at my crystal ball earlier this morning. Before when I was talking about the other game, and I looked at the ball, and the ball was telling me the ball was blue. And I asked the crystal ball, why is the ball blue? And the ball told me Cape Verde will soar. Cape Verde will break history and make it to their first ever semi-final at the African Cup of Nations 2023, Côte d'Ivoire. And I asked how. South Africa are favorites on paper. They've got players playing in the top league in Africa. Why Cape Verde? And he said, because Cape Verde play total football. And so, for those who are waiting to hear what I have to say about this game, this is my prediction. Cape Verde will be too good for South Africa. I don't think extra time will be needed. I think they will starve South Africa of the ball. I think they will make the game so physical that South Africa don't want to play football. And they will snatch a 2-1 victory and go through to the next round and become the first Cape Verdean team to reach the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations. I want man to score. Okay. His name is no other than Baby. He will score today. No longer the Manchester United club, but the Cape Verdean hero. Absolutely.
Okay, that's a very, very bold prediction. We hope that it goes well. I think for the sport bishop, I think yesterday got his predictions right.
Spot on.
2 out of 2, spot on. So I think we have. But in terms of the tournament, 60% predictions. So I think he has gotten 60% of the prediction, or more than 60% of the prediction, right? And that's good for him.
Absolutely.
We have come to the business end of the show. And what's your final take in please?
I think so far the quarterfinals. I think they've left. They've kept up to expectations. To be sincere with you, the Nigerian game was a bit cagey. I thought Nigeria should have been more comfortable. They were not. Same with the Congo game. They blew the team away. I think we're talking off air. You told me that finally Cape Verde would get their first victory. Finally, and they did 3-1. Come on, it was quite emphatic. So I expect a lot of fireworks, a lot of goals, lots of tackles, of Cape Verde, a lot of intrigue, and most importantly, fans screaming goals. See, so far so good. This looks like the best AFCON I've watched in a very, very long time, and I don't expect anything less than that again in today's encounter. Wow, this has been 1 month of football extravaganza, and for one reason, I don't want it to end. But fortunately, whatever has a beginning definitely does have an end. So we're gradually getting to the climax, and I'm enjoying it as every step of the way.
So a winner from this game will go ahead to play the Super Eagles in the
Super Eagles.
Yes, the winner of this game will go ahead to play the Super Eagles in the semi-finals of the AFCON.
Yeah.
So either side is a winner. Either side, either why the winner of Mali versus Ivory Coast will go and play DR Congo. So I think it's really shaping up towards the end, and they are gradually moving there. That match between between the Super Eagles and the winner of this match will be played on Wednesday, and the other one will be played
Yeah,
on a Thursday, if
Thursday.
I'm not mistaken. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. This should be one of the most exciting, not the best, not really the best AFCON so far, but one of the most exciting AFCON with
What do you
all.
want to see? Is your excitement not making it the best? The big boys did not play. Is it my fault? Is excitement that the big boys? Is it my fault? Am I the key to the FA of the boys? See, these are the things that makes us love African football. Do you believe the follow? CAF was making a statement yesterday. Said they don't believe that this AFCON will gather so much followership like he has had.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
why?
it
Because
has.
it's not
Global,
football boys.
not just
I'm not
not
trying to
just
be
not just even in Africa, but globally. Globally, the interest
exactly
in where I am, you can see
exactly
the BBC and
the
Sky.
boss.
You can watch AFCON on the BBC and Sky, and I'm so. I think they know that a continent that has a population of close to 1.6 billion people in Africa,
And even
definitely
the
the market is,
diaspora.
yes, definitely the
And the
market is out
diaspora.
there. Yes, the market is out there for
I,
this
I,
TV
I got a friend
station.
watching. I got a friend watching the match from Israel. A
Okay.
TV station in Israel is showing it. I saw somebody from Turkey. The AFCON is bubbling, and see, this is why the English, the top leagues in Europe are angry. When you take, I started doing research. You know me, I love doing research, and it's what that the top 20 players in the English Premier League, 10 of them are Africans.
Yeah.
I mean, they live with the aura. Mo Salah is gone. He left. You think that every team has got a top class African in the team. Brentford has got Wiza or Frank Onyeka. If this guy was fit, Brian Buemo, he would have been in this tournament with Cameroon.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Chelsea. Okay, Ogochukwu is no longer here, but there's an African player there. It's not just a star, but he is maybe he could be called up to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As we take out the top teams, you know, Arsenal has El Neni playing for Egypt. So it tells you that, man, it's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge,
We
man.
have
I'm
to,
really
yeah,
happy, man. I'm really happy with the AFCON.
Super
And
Eagles
let
even
another AFCON be like
two
this again.
players. The Super Eagles even have two players in the starting 11 that plays in the Premier League as well. So I think it's good it's a really good showpiece for
Absolutely.
for the global audience. Yeah. Even despite
It
we
would have
have
been
the
worse if that were winning.
even despite we have the Asian League, Asian football, or the Asian Cup going on as well. But the African Cup of Nations have dominated
Yeah.
every look and
It's got to
corner
stay.
of football in this period or at this time of the year. So kudos to African football and kudos to
Absolutely.
the CAF president. Kudos to the CAF president because I believe his antecedents from South Africa has been able to ensure that he markets this tournament out. But that's what
Absolutely.
it is. Yeah. Okay. Thank you
More
for
of this,
watching our
please.
show.
More of this, please.
Okay. Thank you for watching our show. Thank you for having the sport doctor also on our show, and hopefully we'll allow him to run and attend to his busy schedule. Thank you. Thank you for having you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please do subscribe. Very key. Subscribe,
Yeah,
share.
subscribe.
We're growing a bandwagon. We're going places,
Exactly.
man. So don't be left behind. This is the real deal.
Exactly. Yeah.